Hi guys, this is Vinnu Kalisseril from South Africa. I'm back again with another video. This time it's about Egyptian geese, which is a member of the duck family. The question is there a connection between the name and the country, Egypt? The Egyptian goose, also known as the Nile goose, is named for its place of origin, which is being the Nile Valley in Africa. So yes, there is a connection with Egypt. The ancient Egyptians considered the Egyptian geese sacred, and these geese appeared in much of their artwork. The goose is a symbol of loyalty and courage because this animal displays a high level of loyalty to its mate, devotion to its family, and fearlessness. They are monogamous, and like many species of large waterfowls, they mate for life. The female resembles the male, though is smaller, often have darker markings on their beak. They mate for life, so a lone goose might have lost its mate to disease, accidents, or predation. When they find a mate, they always travel together. If you see a lone goose, it could be a young goose that hasn't found a mate yet, or its mate might have died and it is left alone. When its mate die, the bird will mourn in seclusion, and some goose spend the rest of their life as widow or widowers, refusing to mate again. The clutch of eggs, or they lay between 5 to 12 eggs. On average, female lays one egg every 36 hours or once every 1.5 days. Only when all the eggs are laid, the incubation begins. Incubation time is 28 to 30 days, and both parents take turns to incubate the egg in the nest. The baby geese is called goslings, and they have a brown and white fluffy feather. An adult goose can weigh around 3 to 4 kilograms, and their lifespan is between 20 to 25 years. Goslings can walk, swim, and feed within 24 hours. Both parents, especially the male, vigorously defend the goslings until they are able to fly, which is at about 10 weeks. The young geese remain with their family group for about 1 year. The Egyptian goose achieves their maturity at 2 years of age. They have variable breeding seasons, which depend on the location they are. Generally, it is by the end of spring or the end of dry season. A pair will build a nest from leaves and grass. This is then lined with down, which is the softer inner feather. The nest may be built on an embankment or on cliffs, buildings, caves, and a range of other spaces. They have also known to take the nest of other birds. They favor wet conditions. A large portion of their diet are aquatic plants, seeds, and grasses that can be found on the banks of lakes or rivers. Even though they prefer more vegetation, they are also known to eat earthworms, termites, ants, and other insects. This diet is more found among the juvenile geese. They live in small family flock for the year and they come together in groups for the breeding season. Mostly non-migratory, they generally only move about if there is a shortage of water in their area. They are spread through the majority of southern and eastern Africa. One of the largest population is in the Sahara in Egypt. Many introduced population also exist. This can be found in Great Britain, Netherlands, France, Germany, UAE, and the US. Populations have also been reported in New Zealand. Even though they are expert swimmers, these birds will generally spend most of their time on land. They're one of the most intelligent birds and can be tamed. It has a good memory and does not forget people, animal, or situations easily, which is what makes it such a good watchdog against the intruders, whether human or animal, where their temperamental reputation comes in handy. Naturally territorial, geese fit easily into the role of watchdog and don't need any training in how to protect. They are predominantly herbivorous in the wild, feeding on shoots, seeds of grasses, shoots of flowers and herbs, leaves, and other aquatic plants. Egyptian geese sleep in trees with flat and big branches, as their webbed feet cannot grip on small branches like other birds with toes. In the wild, geese mostly sleep on the water, only when they feel secure from the predators that they can roast on land as well. In the meantime, farm geese can sleep anywhere they feel comfortable, but usually they tend to return to the same spot every night. Both sexes are aggressively territorial towards their own species when breeding and frequently pursue intruders into the air, attacking them in aerial dogfights. They are known to attack even the drones that enter their territory. Feeding ducks and geese with bread is similar to feeding children with candy before dinner. It is not toxic, of course, they love it, but it has no nutritional value and it only fills up their stomach, depriving them from eating what is needed for them. Domestic geese eats many types of fruits and vegetables, but one should not feed them with moldy or rotten fruits and vegetables. Like human, not all geese like the same thing, but also like humans, they often develop an acquired taste for certain foodstuff. When geese fly in V formation, they create their own unique form of teamwork. By flying in their V shape, the whole flock adds at least around 70% more flying range than if each bird flew on its own. Each goose flies slightly higher than the bird in front of him, resulting in the reduction of wind resistance. The birds take turn being in the front, falling back when they get tired. In this way, the geese can fly for a long time before they stop to rest. They honk from behind to encourage those in the front to keep up the speed. When a goose falls out of formation, it suddenly feels the drag and air resistance and quickly get back into the formation to take advantage of the lifting power of the bird in front. When the head goose gets tired, it rotates back in the wing formation and another goose will take the lead position. You will see them flying in anything from a light to moderate rain than on a sunny day. Human activities have negatively affected the foundation of our existence, which is biodiversity, and we do have the responsibility to do some damage control. The question is, how do we do? If you have a small backyard, I would suggest you to build a natural pond with indigenous water plants that can oxygenate the water without a water pump. And you would be surprised to see the birds and other wildlife that will be attracted to it. This way, we can replicate the natural wetland ecosystem, many of which has been lost due to our commercial activities. Ponds provide sanctuary by offering food, water, shelter, and a place for breeding of indigenous wildlife like the dragonflies, frogs, and birds. Include some plants that are native to your area in and around your pond, as these often provide the best source of food and cover for native wildlife. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe and share with friends and family. Until next time, goodbye. Vinnu, Kalisseril.